a couple of days ago, I posted a video in which one of the person featured was a trans teacher. Teacher isn't the right word because she works with 3 and 4-year-old preschool kids. And that clip was very short. She's now released another longer TikTok, which I'll break into 2 parts. And I want to go through it because genuinely, I don't know what's going on.
If you want to know what it's like to be trans and work with children but not pass as the gender you identify with, let me tell you. I work with preschool age children, about 3 to 4 years old. I guess my boss sent out an email to like the staff and the parents of my room, letting them know that I'm trans and like what pronouns I identify with and stuff. My coworker is great. She has never misgendered me. And when I'm in different rooms, some of the kids will ask me like, are you a boy or a girl? Because my hair is kind of like a mid-length, but it's short enough that it applies to the kids' logic of like boys have short hair and girls have long hair kind of thing. On my first day in the room, one of the kids asked me how I'm a boy if I have this thing, and then she pointed at like her nose where my piercing is. I've actually had kids correct other kids on my pronouns.
We can all see that's a woman. And I won't use he, him pronouns or refer to her as a man or a boy. And that's not to be cruel. It's because she's made no effort. It's 0 out of 10. In fact, it's worse than that. I'd score it negatively. For effort, I give her -5 out of 10. Because when we see men who identify as women, often they're completely over the top. Dresses from the 1950s, massive wigs, too much makeup. Whereas that woman who identifies as male, what men does she know? Because unless 1983 has come round again, or if the boy she identifies as is a goth or an emo, and of course an emo is just a goth who can't be bothered to make the effort. Generally speaking, men don't wear eyeshadow, or mascara, or false lashes, or lipstick. Unless, of course, the boy she identifies as is also a transvestite. So she's a woman who identifies as a man who identifies as a woman. That would seem like there's too many steps there. And as for the painted or false fingernails, which look like they've been done professionally, again, men don't do that. Some men paint their nails, but when they do, they paint them black because they're goths. She also mentions that an email must have gone round to the staff and parents. I bet it fucking has. I can imagine the principal of that school writing an internal email with words to the effect of, right, we've got to hit our DEI quota. DEI is diversity, equity and inclusion. So sorry, I've had to hire one of them. Call it whatever it wants to be called. Just play along, because if you don't, there'll be protests outside, and within a month, either some of us will be in prison, or every Friday there'll be men in dresses twerking at the 4-year-olds. And of course, the woman in question is American. And we know that over in the New World, suing people is incredibly popular. Any minor indiscretion, anything that might have hurt someone's feelings, can result in a lawsuit costing millions of dollars. So let's hear a little more from the lady in question.
Other kids on my pronouns saying that he's not a she, he's a boy. And like correct other kids. It's so cute. I've seen parents correct their kids too. The other day I was leaving work at the same time as one of the kids, and she was talking about me to her mom, and she was like, yeah, like, no, but she doesn't, whatever. And then the mom was like, yeah, like, he doesn't do whatever, and like kept talking. And I was like, that's just so nice. No one's made it like an issue. They're still like having these conversations, which is literally the sweetest thing ever. Like on one of my like first days, one of the parents dropped off her daughter, and she asked me if her daughter had called me a girl the day before, because apparently I guess she had told her mom that. And I was like, no, they just call me my name, because we're usually talking to each other. And she was like, I'm sorry if she called you a girl. We have a lot of books at home. And I was like, that's so nice. Like, she didn't have to, but she did.
She mentions parents checking that their children haven't misgendered her. Of course, misgendering just means correctly gendering. Of course they're checking. They're fucking terrified. Because we now live in such a strange world that if a 3-year-old child correctly identifies a woman as a woman, the parents know within 5 minutes they could be up in court in front of some woke progressive judge, and 5 minutes after that they're out on the street wondering where their house has gone. And the other parent mentioning they have books in the house. Yes, they're reading up on it. They're terrified of getting sued. And the entire clip It's all about her. It's not about the children, what she's doing to educate them. It's all about people being nice to her, affirming her delusion. And I think there's two things going on. Firstly, there is fear of being prosecuted or just labelled as a bigot. But secondly, I'm guessing most parents and teachers just feel fucking sorry for her. Because for those who've caught gender ideology, in 99 out of 100 cases, we know. We all know. The man identifying as a woman or the woman identifying as a man, we know that's not what they are. With our new friend, she's made as much effort to look male as I have to look like a Marilyn Monroe lookalike. Now, speaking as a former therapist, and firstly, yes, that's true, and secondly, no, I can't believe it either, I'm guessing that something has gone very wrong for that woman. Probably something in early childhood. But she's decided to post that on the internet. Therefore, she's fair game and I don't mind taking the piss out of her. And like I said at the start of this video, this one's got me baffled because that's a woman pretty much dressing like a woman, putting on makeup like a woman, insisting everyone calls her a man. It would be like turning up at a dog show with a cat on a lead and insisting everyone says it's a Rottweiler. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you've enjoyed it, please do like and subscribe. And as ever, thanks for watching. A couple of days ago, I posted a video. Oh, great. Just started raining. And the painted nails? Well, yes, some men paint their nails, although they look like they've been done professionally. But here it fucking goes again. Is also a transvestite. In which case, if she's a woman, Right, so I'm at the point where I've got about 3 shots left to do on this video, and I've got to wait for this fucker to blow through. So, this weekend the clocks go forward, marking the beginning of British summertime. I had some takes earlier that I wasn't that happy with, which would usually become the blooper reel. I'm going to go home and do a shitload of editing.